嗨，我是陈老师，《道德经》38章38 So beautiful 丽江 here. 30 is pretty long one, and and we said it long, and because he's talking about Tao, that's what we study, and then compare with Confucius. And so Wang Bi, he's a Confucius scholar, so he, the commentary, pages actually is more than Tao Te Ching itself. And then it's the loyalty of those people copy his commentary for generations. Huge. Try to explain. That's, to me, that's overdone, and it's so whatever he said is very confusing for a lot of people, and it doesn't much serve as we practice Tao. It's very different, and so I stuck with Ho Shangong's explanation of 38, and that's what we learn is Tao. I mean, how to use it to natural long life Tao, to benefit ourselves and others and nature. All right. So basically, it's 上德不德，系无德，系有德。So 上德下德，上德 superior 德 or virtue is so I don't translate as virtue, just translate德, because it's a special name, technical name, technical term. So superior 德, that's invisible action, the 无为, so it follows down the 无为, and so he does not claim the credit, therefore he has virtue or 德. So 上德不德，是有德, therefore he possesses the 德, the superior 德. 下德不德，是无德, inferior 德. Yoda means he carry out interfering action compared with 无为 invisible action, and he claims 德, and therefore he does not possess 德, possess virtue, as described 道德经. 上德无为而无以为，下德有为而有以为. So superior 德, that's 无为, that's the invisible action, so he acts invisibly, follow Tao. And 无以为, it just follow Tao, it doesn't follow his own ego, his own self-interest. But inferior 德, 有为而为之有以为, it does it 有 interfering actions, and does it for his own interest or according to his own interest. So 上人为之而无以为. The upper benevolence or benevolence. 这最好的 the best benevolence, superior benevolence. If benevolence divide into different parts, upper and lower. He does your ways is according to his own thinking or the interfering action, but he does it for the people, not for his self-interest. So this upper benevolence. And then 上义为之而有以为, the upper righteousness, it does carry out the interfering action and does it for his own interest. In other words, he carry out, use his own idea and try to benefit what he thinks is to benefit. 上义. And then 上理为上理为之而莫之应. So upper ritual or ritual, those people in ritual, 上理, use interfering actions, but nobody responds. He just talk, no action. Therefore, but see, he grab people, try to and they throw them away. Use force. 故 therefore 故悉道而后德，悉德而后仁，悉仁而后义，悉义而后礼. Therefore, when you're lost but you're not using Tao, then the next level, that's upper De, is better than nothing. And then you lose that, you're not using it. And then the benevolent appears. When benevolent disappears, you're not using it, then the righteousness, they use the righteousness method, and then when righteousness is lost, then the ritual taking over. 夫理者忠信之薄而乱之首. These ritual people, you know, they don't have honesty. 忠信之本 no trustworthy. It's very thin for them. And 乱之首 the beginning of confusion. 前识者道之华而愚之习. The foreknowledge. So you think you have everything foreknowledge is Tao, the flowery of Tao, the trapping of Tao. This appearance of what it is, appearance. 愚之习, the foolishness, the beginning of foolish. 是 therefore 是大丈夫处其厚不处其薄，处其实而不处其华，故去彼取此。So 大丈夫 the great man, the great husband is normally a great man. So he used so he behave honestly, 处之后 honest and not the thickness, not the thinness, but not the flowery, 处其实而不处其花，就是the real was rooted, not the flowery, is the essence, not the flowery part. So the sage take this and not that, discard that. To take the honesty Tao, not the shan de, superior de, not the inferior de. So just compare what the different ways used to govern people or govern your own behavior. So Tao, after all, is everything. I mean, and then we go how to use Tao. For us, this natural long life Tao. How do we benefit ourselves, benefit others, and benefit the nature? And so they give a description of what the different ways in the world people are using. And and of course, so the fundamental or the basic what's saying is that we need to follow Tao, not follow your own wishes or your own desire. So when we Tao is nature, Tao fa zhi'an, Tao is nature, nature is Tao, and then so we are just like the ocean with different parts, ocean, but we are just like the wave. Each one is different. So water, the birds, us, everything is different, but we have a common denominator. There's Tao, the Wu Wei Tao there. So we need to tap into the source, in order to natural long life Tao. You must, we shouldn't have goals. We just follow the flow. Just like water. Don't have a mind, just follow the flow. But of course, man's different from water. And you cannot just almost like, so when we do Qigong, very soft with water. But we are not water, but we are water, 75%. But again, then we have direct our force, then tap into the power of Tao, give us that. This is so important. We are not just floating around, but we kind of learn de. So we're talking about the virtue, whatever you translate. Learn how to live with Tao. That is the whole subject of Tao Te Ching. How to live according to Wu Wei, according to Tao. I mean, the way it is. We are the ocean. We are the same thing. But we think. But we have the mind. We think we can do differently and come up with. You're kidding. So the whole thing is about that. It's pretty. But if you memorize the whole Tao Te Ching, classify it, and if you realize that that's the way it is, and it's pretty clear. But we're doing it, so that's why I teach Qigong, or I'm doing Qigong every single day. Try to incorporate Tao with it, and then okay, I cannot talk too much, otherwise it's whole day is lost because it's the whole facet, 81 chapters, and then because in my book you can read it, and then what Ho Xiang Gong explain, how Ho Xiang Gong explain Wang Bi, don't read it because, but I did translate the whole thing, and then you will see the difference. And but here I just point out the the important part, I think is important for me to understand it. And then I just share that with you. I'm not trying to teach you. You cannot be teach. Nobody can be taught, really. And then according to your own. But I show you how I enjoy doing it. All right, so, okay. Love yourself, love others, love nature is the lessons of Tao. So, before so I'm long-tongued. So in my mind, and I actually, because I'm using what you call it, a different type of visualization method. So I use the eight secrets or the Tao or the superior Te in my mind. So I imagine I can see love. Okay, so love they will bring this because the chapter about love. So I in my mind I see that representing, for example, the flowers representing love. So, and I can see it, and then of course love that compassion, courage. I feel the courage. So the way I use it, I'm working on it. But you need to train your eyes, actually, in your mind's eye, inner eye, to look at things. And then I can smell. And then I show you smell acting, the flowers acting, Act way. We need to do way small, become long, one step at a time, one day at a time. So small. That remind me of that when I breathing. And then of course, who am I? And we're oneness. Everything the same. Don't worry about. And then we know that as soon as we does something, there must opposite thing. So always regret because the part just like hit something, you always feel the reaction. So understanding that there's two parts of it. So we're going to do it anyway, and then expecting a different thing, and then this accepts it as a fact of life. So don't bring it too personally. And then so knock my teeth and thinking till the ears are here. So be quiet. So stillness, quiet. And then understanding that most people, 99.9% will talk first before they think. And then in looking down, we try to keep it down and then to keep it, but it doesn't mean we don't stop talk. And then in knocking teeth, I'm thinking Tao, and Tao is okay, spiral, Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio, chapter 42, 1, 2, 3. So we have yin yang and then breath. So this part of it. So every time I see nature, I see the spiral. And then of course when we're doing Qigong, we do the spiral. And then Tao is nature, Tao Fa Zhi Ran. So everything Tao. So we use the example of the ocean. We are the most ocean, just like we are the wave for something within the ocean, we are the same as the ocean. So, but we are different. Yeah, the birds, the water and the mountain trees different. I'm different, but underneath we are the same. But how can we use that idea to live a natural long life? Tao. That is the subject of working on every single day. I'm not my team. Remind myself, Tao is the mother. I need to tap into the power, and then the power going through me, and just like Tesla, Nicholas Tesla said, we are vibration, frequency, energy. Whew. So I am the tree, the rock, different. So we can tap into the infinite power. That's a creator out there, but it's not out there here now. But how we can do it? That's what we do Qigong, to tap into that. Oh. And of course, and finally, I use the tongue. Don't you want? the life water. Remind me of water. Life. We want to live. This is the criteria that's what Tao is, life. So life and death, we know that, but life is preferred life. So Spinoza called conatus. That's a new term for you. Conatus, reborn to be alive. So every time I think of water, I use my tongue, and then relaxing, and then like the baby, and all those part of the secret, and then we just want to live. The fundamental. If you don't live, and sorry, whatever happened after that, but Tao, we here now, and then finally we'll be grateful. We are thankful for what we have of eat. So we want to share, and then enough is enough. So I use the tongue, remind me of that. So 8 secrets remind me every time I do Qigong, within or during daily life, remind me to keep a positive, happy attitude. So, and then adhere to Tao the best way I can. But that's the way as I'm learning. I'm not teaching you, and I just share what I have been doing, and then whatever worth it. So, so I just doing that on the internet, and it's see what I've been doing it for how long now? Every day. But anyway, all right. So I just start to speak English. I just used to speak Chinese, and I'm thinking properly I can reach a little bigger audience. All right, so love yourself, love others, love nature is essence of Tao. Hey, I love you here in Yangshuo. I show you a little bit what I'm actually seeing.
第38章：上德不德，是以有德；下德不失德，是以无德。上德无为而无以为，下德为之而有以为。上人为之而无以为，上义为之而有以为，上礼为之而莫之应，则攘臂而扔之。故失道而后德，失德而后仁，失仁而后义，失义而后礼。夫礼者，忠信之薄而乱之首；前识者，道之华而愚之始。是以大丈夫处其厚，不处其薄；处其实，不处其华。故去彼取此。